Good morning, folks. I think I found myself my heirloom guitar. This is a 2024 Martin D18. The reason I say I found my heirloom guitar is that I've got two beautiful boys, and I've got a lot of guitars, and I've often thought about like, what am I going to leave them? I don't have $1 million. I have a lot of guitars. Let's just put it that way. But I don't have $1 million, and as I've gone down that rabbit hole of guitar acquisition syndromes, I often think about which ones am I going to keep in the whole scheme of things. I've gone through tons and tons of arch tops, lots of tellies, lots of acoustic guitars. The things that I've kind of kept have been sentimental things. My oldest guitar is actually a Casa del Sar classical guitar, and I love that guitar because I got my best friend as a result of it. So I've had that guitar close to 20 years. And the story behind that guitar was I was in graduate school, and I live in Massachusetts now, but I'm from New York originally. And I was driving through, going back to New York, and I was driving through Worcester. And in Worcester, there's a music store called Union Music, and I happened to stop by there, and they had this classical guitar there. It was a Casa del Sar, and the guy had it in consignment for about $1,800. I didn't have $1,800. I had like hardly any money, but I did have a Howard Roberts Jazz Fusion, and I contacted the seller, and then I said to the seller, "Hey, look, you know what? That Casa del Sar is just beautiful. It plays well, but it's a classical guitar, and classical guitars take a really long time for it to move. I have a Howard Roberts Jazz Fusion. Would you consider trading it?" Said that Howard Roberts Jazz Fusion. I said at that point in time you could get it for about, I don't know, $1,200 off of eBay, things like that. So we ended up just swapping the guitar. This is like over 20 years ago. Flip the script now. He's my best friend, so we talk like pretty much every day. He's a classically trained guitarist, and I joke around with him that he got the better of the deal. I got a friend out of that, but that Howard Roberts Jazz Fusion is worth north of $2,500, $3,000, and my Casa del Star is not worth that much. But it's a great guitar, so the value to me is very sentimental. So anyway, that's a long-winded way of saying that guitars are a treasure, and what they will do for us in terms of friendship is something that goes unnoticed. So, having said that, let's get back to this. Why I think it's might be a heirloom guitar. So I often think about, okay, when all is said and done, I want to be left with about, no more than 3 to 5 guitars, right? And that's the one that I'm going to put in my will and say, hey, guys, don't sell this stuff. Pass this on to your grandkids. Your grandkids pass that on to their kids, and so on and so forth. I would love it to be, I joke around, I've got a 1980 Gibson ES-175D. If I could be sitting up from heaven or wherever I'm at and watch my great grandkids playing some, West Montgomery on that, man, that would have made all of this stuff like worthwhile. But in any event, though, I think this is a heirloom guitar. This is not an old D18. It's actually a 2024 D18, right? And I really grappled getting this because I owned a D18 a while back. Around 2014, I owned a D18 for about 4 or 5 years. I bought it new. I unloaded a lot of things to get it, and I played it. Okay? I loved it. I had it set up for my usual fingerstyle. Listen to that thing, right? And I loved it. But for some reason, I thought I needed to be playing like an OM or triple O or something more akin to what fingerstyle guitarists play. Not realizing guys like Michael Hedges were playing fingerstyle guitar off of, D28s and dreadnoughts. So, any event though, I sold that D18 and always regretted it. Always regretted it. And I said like, wow, that's a guitar I wanted to kind of grow old with. Because you hear the lore and the mystique of Martins and stuff. And I said to myself, if I ever have a chance to actually get one that I really, really feel speaks to me, I'm going to get it. I'm going to try to hold on to it and pass that one on to my kids. Right now, there's 2 guitars in my arsenal that I know I will not sell. One is a Martin C07. The other one is a Gibson ES-175D. Because I know that stuff is going to, one, hold its value. And they're very, very sentimental to me. Having said that, this is a very unique D18. It's a standard. When I say it's unique, if you look at the fretboard, if you're still in this video for this length of time, look at the striping on the ebony. I love it. It's beautiful. And I love the lightness of it because real ebony is not all dark, and it kind of I love the way it's you know, meshes with the toner in here and stuff. So having all said all of that stuff, I usually start by playing, and if you've made it through this long of what I hope will be like an heirloom guitar and it won't be like a one and done kind of thing, listen to the beauty of this thing. It sounds like a piano. Practice, practice, and practice some more.